G'day gamers, Gob here. Welcome back to Gob's Quickies. Now this is a Bedrock quickie, and this is my series on tutorials and builds and things like that. And today I'm going to show you how to build a little compact working iron farm in Bedrock. And the reason I'm doing this is because I had to learn it myself, because I'm mostly a Java player and there are differences between Java and Bedrock, as I've discovered. And I had to teach myself how to do a little iron farm. And the reason I like this iron farm is one that was recommended to me by a fellow Aussie, Sunday Latte, and it comes from a video on YouTube from a small YouTuber called Garb, and I will put a link to Garb's video in the description so you can check out the original. But this one has been gobified a little bit, and I like it. So let's go do it. But before we do, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, chuck me a sub. It's just down there, not down the leg of my pants, but down the bottom of the screen. Just hit that sub button and make sure at the end you chuck me a comment. Right, let's go to it. So this little iron farm, as you can see, there's the spawning chamber. And, oh, there's a cat about to go to its doom. All the iron goes down to this point just here. Poor little cat's dying. And starts filling up, and that is the output so far. We have a platform for our villagers, and they're noisy. We've got in here the beds, and this is just purely to keep it away from spawnable areas. Now, you can adjust this depending upon what your world is like. You can put it up in the air if like that, if you like. If you want to make all the area around it non-spawnable, you can do that as well. Just remember that golems will spawn anything, I think it's 16 by 16 by 8 from the center of the village. So I would reckon just go 16 all around just to make it safe. And just make sure there's no spawnable blocks. Right, so let's get to it. So what do we need? Well, we're going to need, just for the basic build, not this pretty one up here, basic build, an area 9 by 9. You're going to need 1 bucket of lava, a barrel or a chest, 1 hopper. I'm going with 2 buckets of water so you can make yourself an infinite water source. About 9 or so ladders, 20 workstations of your choice. Now, I'm going with fletching tables. That's what Garb had, so I'm going to go with that as well. Make sure they're a workstation that you can build easily. You know, so you could go with, say, barrels. You could go with compost or something like that. But make sure you don't put this barrel down first, okay? That's one of the last things you do. Okay, 20 workstations, 3 signs, a few torches, 20 beds of the colour of your own choice. You're going to need a swag of slabs to despawn things. You're going to need some stairs just to pretty things up a little bit. I'm using walls for the walls, just to make it look a little bit less boxy, and a swag of building blocks of your choice. And I've gone with 2 different types in this build. Right, so let's go to it. Okay, first things first, I want you to go to your 9 by 9 area, and I want you to, with using your building block, go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and do that in all 4 corners. And you'll get something like that. Look, that's a golem burning. And all you need to do now is just fill it in. And this is just purely to get your village, in inverted commas, away from any spawnable areas that the golems can spawn in. And you end up with something like that. Now, with your beds, I want you to come in 3 and go up 3. So on this block here, okay, so you got 2 on that side, 2 on that side. I want you to place down a bed. And I want you to put 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moving alongside, I want you to place down 1 bed there. And then going back along this way, 5 beds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in this gap here, place down another bed. What I want you to do now is coming to this side here. I want you to place down 2 beds back to back like that. Come down here and repeat it so they're at the base of that bed. Back to back. Back to back. And back to back. And there you go. You have like a little pattern with some F's by the looks of it. And in the center, just place down a torch, just so you have a little bit of light in this area. And then all you need to do now is just go around the edges of your build. Now, I just want to place in the corners a solid block. Go up 3. And then with our walls, fill it in. And there you go, end up with something like this. Okay, so going up, not on the level that the beds are on, but one level up, I just want you to fill it in. Okay, it just allows the space above the bed, and that's it. And just close that all in. And then just take this layer up another 2. And fill it in with your walls. Okay, so from inside this platform here, this is where we're going to put our villagers. Against one wall, I want you to lay down 5 workstations. And then in the center one of those 5, place one on top. Turn around, put it to your back, and do the exact same on the opposite side. On the adjacent side, I want you to lay down 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1 on top. And 3 on the opposite side with 1 on top. And that is your 20 workstations. Now, we don't close in these corners because these workstations are arrayed so that all your villagers can get to them and stand near them and not have to worry about not being able to get to their workstation. So, but just place down a torch in each corner just to make your villagers happy and not have any mobbages in here. Now for the hard part, you need to get some villagers into this location. You can do it a couple of ways. You could get 2 in there and whack them up with a lot of carrots or taties or something like that and let them just breed away. Or you could have a villager breeder somewhere and bring them up some form of rail system and dump them in here, or however you like to do it. And that will be entirely up to you. But you need 20 villagers in here, and they can't be nitwits. So if you get any green jackets, you got to get rid of them, okay? So let's put our 20 villagers in. And there you go. There's our 20 villagers all just happily milling. What you need to do now is just take this up one more, because at the moment they can jump over it. And then we can close it in. Okay, so start closing in this area, and you only want it to be that level. Okay, right on top of that workstation. Because these villagers are going to try and get all over the shop. I should have actually made it 1 high before we started. Get down! What you need to do now is just level this out. And this is just to make it a little bit pretty now. Go around the edges with upside down stairs. Now, just be warned, we now have beds, we now have workstations, and we now have villagers. We could have golems spawning anytime now. Generally, what they like to do is wait till they've had 1 round of a work cycle before they start spawning golems, but you never know. Okay. And just ring this with a 2 high wall. The reason we're making it 2 high is we don't want the golems to jump out. And then on this wall, just place down slabs on top because the wall is spawnable. And that's what you end up with. Now what I want you to do is go and get your barrel and your hopper, grab your lava bucket, and grab your oak signs. And if you're in survival, you might want to put your ladders down now. Now in the corner where you've got your ladders, I want you to go down, take out the corner block, and replace it with a hopper going into a side block. Okay, just check that. Is it going in? Yes, it is. Okay, what we want to do now is go to the block that the hopper's facing into, which isn't that one, it's that one. And we want to replace that one with a barrel. There you go. So anything going into that hopper will go into that barrel. Now come back inside to above the hopper, and I want you to place down a sign above the hopper, a sign on one up and one across, and another sign one up, one across. So we make this block here separate to these ones, and you can place down your lava on that block there, and it's held in place by that sign, and that sign. Now come to the opposite side to that lava, and I want you to place down on this block here a bucket of water. See, it doesn't go all that way. But what we do is you'll need to make an infinite water source here, is go all the way across along those blocks. And that water will flow all the way down, but we'll leave this one here blank. Come to this block here and place down another bucket of water. And what that does is creates a stream that will push everything down into this corner. And that's our farm ready to go. It just needs to get a start up now. And for that, the villagers just need time to go for a work rest cycle. And while you're waiting, if you want to, you can actually just start prettying up your build. So, you know, if you wanted to just put in a few windows for your villagers. I like to put them where the villagers don't have the workstations. It also allows you to just peek in and make sure nothing's gone astray. And it looks like something has gone astray here. I've actually got a fisherman.
Many unbearable hours later.
Now, the one that I built wasn't working, and I worked out why. It was too close to the other one. For iron farms to work, they need to be, it's like villager trading halls and breeders and things like that. You need to be at least 100 odd blocks away from any existing villages. So I've had to move this a fair way away. It's just there in the distance. I'll just build one so we can work out what the spawns are going to be. And there we go. It's now working. I was way too close before. What I'll just do now is just take out all of the drops. And we'll run this for 15 minutes and see what we get. And that's our 15 minutes. So what have we got? Well, with this golem here, that's nearly 2 stacks of iron and a little bit of string. That's not too bad at all. I'm very pleased with that. So there you go. 1 golem farm for Bedrock. Pretty compact. Doesn't take up a lot of space. Relatively easy to build. Just remember to put it far enough away from existing villages. Oh, Gob, you're a numpty. Right, if you liked the video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my... Yes, Mr. Cow, yes. Go check out all my other content. And if you're not subscribed, hit the sub button. And that's all I got time for today. Until next time, hooroo!